So today I have the best meme deck out of Zenkai series. And I only say this because I've seen pretty much all of these decks everywhere on social media, on Facebook, on Reddit, on Untap. It doesn't matter. It just feels like some of these are just building themselves. I think people are forgetting the identity of their own deck building prowess. Way back when I made a video about deck building tips. You should check it out. But if anything, I built this deck basically just to show that there's still some creativity out there and that you can actually use some of the new cards to do that. Now, if you haven't been around for Wish Leaders all the way back to set 4, I think, but this one I think came out in set 6, the Dende Wish Leader. And yeah, this guy has been always very fun. Like if you've been around for Scuffle Time or any of the other type of meme decks that this deck has enabled, this is kind of another. He is a burst 2, get 2 balls, basically draw 2 on turn 1, 2, and 3, and usually you're awakening by turn 2 or 3. And then on the backside, you get to untap 2 and draw 2. Why this is important is because of 3 different things. You basically want to do these 3 different things when playing this deck, and the whole reasons why I did it. First one is that Dende is the front side leader, and on the back side leader is the Son Goku. This is important because of the newest Z leader Son Goku that evolves on top of a blue Goku. Obviously you can't do it while you're Dende, so you're gonna flip around after you wish and then do your thing. Now, when I saw the Z leader, I basically really liked the effect because it had double strike, critical, and then you get a bunch of attack power and just be a 20k leader on top of that. But you might be wondering, how do you get to 7 energy? And that brings me to the second reason why I chose this leader. The second reason is because of assembling the squad and the 2-drop Kai. And basically this enables you to be kind of an objection sort of combo. If you, again, been around since set 2 or use objection at any point of the meta or any of the point of your DBS career, this is basically effectively an objection. You pay 2, you get a ramp because Kai lets you pay for energy on your turn. And for certain things, basically. It really comes down to paying for costs and not paying for evolve or skill costs. A very, very strong distinction. So, okay, wait, hold on. You can't pay for skill costs, which means the Z leader can't pay for well, the Z leader can't be paid with Kai, right? This is correct. Where basically you want to play all of the blue good cards and then go into the 6-drop Vegeta, which basically gets you to that point. The plan is to double assemble on turn 2 after you awaken on the most, ideal standpoint where you can have 2 extra energy by doing that. Because what happens is that you just get an assemble the squad or assembling the squad, pay 2 energy, get the Kai out for 1 additional energy, awaken, get the one that you just used from the drop because of the Wish Leader effect, and then use it for free afterwards using the front side leader, or the back side leader, I should say. This will enable you to get into Majin Buu, or really just use that 2 energy and just chill out on that point. And now the last thing, as you ramp that way into 7 energy using the 6-drop Vegeta on turn 3 or 4, using basically 4 energy and then 2 of the Kai afterwards to get into 3 additional energy at least, because it looks at the top 4, and then you get up to 4 of those blue cards into your energy or into your hand, which helps for both, obviously. And then you go into Android 17, and then you use your Wish Leader effect, which is the third reason, and then untap 2, draw 2 after you have no cards in your hand, and then Z Awaken on top of your leader in order to swing for additional card and double strike critical. So you're looking at a bunch of attack for the leader with double strike critical, 130k critical swing, and then probably an additional attack afterwards, because if you pull a bean and you have enough Z energy, then you can put out the Cell Z battle card, or you can just play like the 3-drop Goku for 1 energy and then swing with that. But again, the whole reason why I built this deck is because I wanted to see if I can make those things work, and so far it has been pretty good. I think it struggles against obviously barrier removal, some of the more aggro decks like Red Sin, and of course Red Gogeta, because Gogeta can just just swing into your Kais and not really care. So that's why you kind of play a lot of the dirty bursts and just play a lot of the defensive items for both of those decks. It also has kind of a weird blue matchup. Sure, you can play some of the cards with Deflect if you really wanted to out of your Z deck, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to put down a 6-drop Vegeta and paying 6 for it, they're just going to God Seal, even if God Seal is probably one of the worst counterplays right now. But let's talk through the deck just a little bit. And at this point, you're probably wondering, why not just use Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta to ramp up, or Super Saiyan 3 Goku? Both of those leaders are actually pretty good, but if you just negate or play blockers or do anything to prevent Vegeta from ramping, then you can do that and you can slow him down. This doesn't really get slowed down outside of counterplays early on to the game, which you're going to be doing turn 2, so I don't know which counterplays actually are relevant at that point unless they play a unison and then play for free out of their hand, that type of thing. Very specific, basically. And because this is a meme deck, it's more of a rogue type of thing. And Super Saiyan 3 is really good, but also really good in the late game. And this is sort of just doing things from turn 2 onwards. Take a look at the deck. Basically, it just comes down to a lot of the focus to get Kai out, make sure it's consistent, and then also just play some of the blue good stuff that enables you to survive until the plan goes through. So East Kai Keeping Watch has been really for the yellow matchups because they still play stuff on your turn, as well as just anything. I mean, it's just a really nice draw one if you don't have anything else, which has been really good because when you have all 4 energy or all 4 cards and you have a really good hand anyway, out of the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta 6-drop, you can just pay the 4 and then just pay 1 and then continue to do that, like with drawing 2 with Dragon Radar, that type of thing. East Kai Keeping Watch, or East Kai Keeping Watch, and then Majin of Fire, the West Supreme Kai is basically the thing that you really want in your deck and not so much into your hand. And the reason why I switched over to the now added Vegeta super combos, thank you DBS Deck Planet for not saving the stuff over and over again, instead of the sparking ones, is because of you basically want to have these guys into the drop. And sometimes the deck that you might be going against, or if you get balls out of your life, you kind of want to get down to 4 and then down to 3, so that way you can use your Z leader energy afterwards. And this really helps with that. There is the Majin Buu, I believe, Majin Buu, which you can choose 2 cards out of your hand and then place them at the bottom of the deck. That is another option for that, because your leader card is blue and then you just draw 2 cards. It's just that you have to have 1 open energy for that. That is not too bad when you're able to use Ultra Instinct on their turn, or the Senzu Bean on really either turn. But it's not a bad idea. I just don't like having too many 1Ks, or yeah, one cost 10Ks. So and you kind of, you don't play too many of them anyway, so it's not, like I said, it's not too much of a bad idea. But we do have 6 of the regular balls, 1 of the 1-star ball. It is funny when you go first, and then you're looking at your opponent and they have to go to 5 cards and then draw 1 and then back to 5 cards when they they charge their first energy on turn 1, which is really funny. Majin Buu at 4 is really good, because what you want to do is double assemble into this guy and then Majin Buu right after, and then it's not too big of a deal if they start swinging at these or if you lose them, because you can still have some into the deck and still use assemble. If you don't, then you just play a regular blue deck honestly. And Majin Buu is really good because now you can double, you can block, you can -1 for a battle card, you can D-magic afterwards, which is why you play 4, just simply because you're able to get to 4 life a lot quicker, or to 3 life at any point, and you're gonna have sparking at any point as well. So you can just use the dimension magic into Oceanus afterwards and keep that open energy. But I really like this. I really like having a turn 2, well, I guess turn 3 when you really think about it, because you're going to be playing this double assemble. Is going to have the 2 here, or 2 Majin Fires, and then on the next turn you're going to play a Majin Buu, untap the 1 and then in the turn, and then just have it open for Oceanus or something else afterwards. So that way you can get to the 6-drop Vegeta. This guy's really good because you're going to have that energy open or available, and it's just a draw 1. I meant to say 4-drop, not 3-drop. previously. And then pretty much everything else is standard, which what is really funny in this deck is that basically you can play two different Majin Buu unisons, or two different cells, or a Vegito, anything, and then just tap two using the Kais, and then untap all of your energy afterwards using the Goku. It does feel a little weird just waiting for them to have 4 energy, because by the time they have 4 energy, the game's pretty much over, because you're already ramped at that point. And it's just one of those things you just have to consider and just wait it out. And then 3 30 bursts, because like I said, Gogeta is really annoying against this deck. And it's just a nice negate, just a nice hard negate outside of D Magic. And then we also have 2 Dragon Radar. I didn't play Dragon Radar before, but it's become pretty broken, because like if you feel like you just don't care about your Mansion of Fires and you just want to draw, then you can just tap down one of them, and then just draw 2, or just get another assemble doing that way, if you can't find another one afterwards. And then basically draw 1, because you can choose either one, a total of a Dragon Ball and as well as Desire from your drop, and then just use it for free on your leader, and then draw 1 for the other one. So that is also a plan. You need to play 3 just because you need to see it. I don't think you need to play more than 3. And yeah, I kind of explained everything else. The Z deck is pretty standard. I can't stress enough how good Cell is. I say it in every single video that I can. And then surmounting the impossible is also very needed, because you need to get down to 4 or 3 at any point in the time. Dimension Magic does it on their turn, and this does it on your turn. I've gotten counterplayed before using this, and it's a bit of a struggle bus to do it otherwise. But again, it is super, super good. This is the Z leader that you want to go into. Again, you have to be at 3 or less, and then 7 more energy. The 6-drop Vegeta is going to do that for you. And then the interesting part is that, again, you get the Z power, or the power for the Z energy and as well as energy together. And you only need 2, which is great. And the pay 1, you place 1 of your Z energy in the owner's drop. They swing with the battle card, you get to negate the attack, and that kind of ignores a lot of the decks, a lot of the effects that you might have. So if they draw something out of Android 17, they somehow survive, or they use a Z battle card, then you can just use this this effect instead, and then just protect yourself. And then again, the rest of the stuff is pretty standard. None of the stuff that's kind of new. We do have some of this other stuff where I originally played 17 and 18 in this deck because I thought it would be cool to have a 3-marker unison, and just kind of protect your wish leader, and as well as your burst leader. So you'd be bursting some of these guys out, or this guy, or this guy, or this guy, that are all 0/5 blue cards, and then you can just protect yourself by doing that. So you're effectively a 20k leader or 20k unison on their turn, or on your turn, and it's super useful. But I just didn't have enough room. There's already 60 cards. I was playing for the 8. You can probably reduce this down if you really wanted to, but I think it's really cool. I think that's a really good idea. So is Tapion, because it is a 0/5, and it is you're just not going to be using the markers outside of the -4 anyway. So just another 0/5 draw 1 double striker also will help you, because what you want to do is also keep a unison stuck, 17 coming down. So if you draw into this or different copies of it, then you're going to be able to just close out the game pretty easily, because you're going to swing double strike critical with your leader, and then double strike with the Tapion afterwards. Energy Annihilator is cool, but you're playing better things for 7, so there you go. And then KO is not really that great right now, outside of barrier removal, which again, if you're at 7 more energy, you're gonna be doing better things. Which is why Cell is just better overall, because you don't need to draw it. It has deflect critical, it can restand, it only takes 2 Z energy. So overall, really fun deck. I can't express that enough. Try it out. Just don't look at the deck and then be like, that's a meme deck, it doesn't work. Just try it out. Have some creativity in your decks. Take this one, make it as best as possible. If you have really cool decks, please join the Discord, post it in there. I'm more than happy to take a look, and I'll see you next one.